Look at the person sitting next to you. Look at the device in your hand. Look at the digital world screaming for your attention. You're being told that the era of faith is dead, that humans have finally outgrown the need for a creator. But today, in April of 2026, I'm going to show you the most terrifyingly well-kept secret of our century. While the mainstream media distracts you with celebrity gossip and political theater, a massive spiritual earthquake is tearing the globe apart. 3 specific branches of Christianity have entered a survival of the fittest race that is so intense it is physically redrawing the borders of nations. One is rising from the ashes of a death sentence in the Middle East. Another has just pulled off a psychological heist in the heart of secular America. And the third, it is operating like a high-tech corporate empire, capturing souls at a rate that has never been seen in human history. This is not a Sunday school story. This is a battle for the future of human civilization. The question is no longer, is faith fading? The question is, which version of the cross is winning the 21st century, and what does their victory mean for the rest of us? Peace be upon you, and welcome back to Christian Civilizations. We don't do surface-level news here. We go where the data is dark and the truths are hidden. Today, we are decoding the 2026 religious landscape to find out which branch is truly the fastest growing. Is it the ancient gold-clad halls of Roman Catholicism, the fire-breathing, emotion-driven movement of Evangelical Protestantism, or the ultra-disciplined global machinery of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints? The answer is not what you think. It is much more complex, much more dangerous, and much more shocking. If you are tired of being lied to by a secular media that ignores the power of faith, you belong here. Subscribe to Christian Civilizations right now and hit that bell icon, because the information we are about to release is the kind that changes how you see the world forever. Let's dive into the abyss of the data. Imagine a world where 95% of your kind lives in the West. Now watch that world burn. In 1900, Christianity was a Western religion. In 2026, it is a global South phenomenon. There are 2.64 billion Christians on Earth right now, 1/3 of humanity, and they are growing faster than the human population itself. But look at the map. Europe is a graveyard of faith, losing 0.5% every year. Meanwhile, Africa is an active volcano of growth at 2.59%. This is the great migration of the soul. And in this chaos, our first contender is leading a charge that defies logic. Evangelical Christianity is currently the fastest growing percentage-wise, moving at a relentless 1.66% annually. Since the year 2000, they have added 150 million believers. But statistics are boring. Let's talk about the blood and the fire. The real growth isn't in Nashville or London. It's in Tehran. It's in Kabul. In the Islamic Republic of Iran, the evangelical population is exploding at nearly 20% per year. Think about the gravity of that statement. In places where conversion can mean the end of your life, millions are choosing it anyway. Why? Because evangelicalism in 2026 isn't a tradition. It's an experience. It's a movement of signs and wonders that speaks to the desperate. But even this fire has a weakness. In America, this movement is freezing over, growing at a pathetic 0.8%. The fire is moving east, and it is burning everything in its path. But wait, before you place your bets on the evangelicals, look at the sleeping giant that just woke up. For decades, the Roman Catholic Church was the punching bag of the media. Scandals, lawsuits, and empty pews. Everyone said the 1.46 billion member empire was over. They were wrong. In late 2024 and through 2025, the Vatican recorded a shock. The global Catholic population jumped by 15 million in 12 months. But the real miracle happened in the United States and France. For the first time in a generation, more Americans are walking into the Catholic Church than walking out. Why? Because in an era of fake news and digital chaos, people are starving for something that feels 2,000 years old. They want the incense, the ritual, the unchanging rock. In places like Los Angeles, thousands are being baptized in a single night. This is the great return to the Mother Church, and it is catching the world by surprise. Now, stay with me, because this is where it gets truly mysterious. While the evangelicals use fire and the Catholics use history, the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, the Mormons, is using pure, cold organizational genius. They only have 17.5 million members, but their momentum in 2026 is terrifying. They just broke their all-time record for convert baptisms. Every single region of the world saw a 20% increase in their growth last year. They have 80,000 young missionaries who don't just talk, they build temples, they build hospitals, and they build a community so tight that once you're in, you never want to leave. They are spending $1.45 billion a year on humanitarian aid. This is high-performance religion. They aren't just growing, they are scaling like a Silicon Valley startup. So let's bring it all together. Who is the king of 2026? If you want raw numbers, the Catholics are the winners. If you want a wildfire that grows in the dark, the evangelicals are the winners. But if you want a movement that might outlast everyone through pure discipline, look at the Mormons. But here's the shocking truth they won't tell you in their brochures. All three are facing a crisis of retention. The evangelicals are losing their youth to secularism. The Catholics are losing their heartland in Brazil to the Pentecostals. And the Mormons are finding that half of their new converts disappear within 3 years. It's a leaky bucket. The world is getting more religious, but it's also getting more distracted. From an Islamic perspective, we look at this with deep philosophical interest. We recognize the followers of Prophet Isa, peace be upon him, as people of the book who are searching for the same thing we all are, a reason to exist. While our theology remains firmly distinct, upholding the absolute oneness of Allah and rejecting the Trinity, we respect the intensity of this search. In 2026, the battle for the soul is not about who has the best building. It's about who can offer a tired, broken world a real transformation. This global race is far from over. By 2030, the religious map will look nothing like it did 10 years ago. Africa will be the center of the Christian world. China may house the most underground believers on earth. And the West? The West will be the new mission field. You're witnessing the end of an era and the birth of a new, unpredictable world order. If you've made it this far, it's because you are one of the few who actually wants to understand the forces moving behind the scenes. Subscribe to Christian Civilizations right now to stay ahead of the curve. Share this investigation with anyone who thinks the world is becoming less religious. Show them that they are living in a bubble. And most importantly, I want your voice in the comments. Is it fire, history, or discipline that will win the next decade? Which group do you think will dominate 2030? Let's have the conversation. Thank you for watching. May your pursuit of truth be sincere, and may peace be upon you all. This is Christian Civilizations. We'll see you in the next deep dive.